Recently reached over 4 million combat power on my VIP Zero account. You can see what it looks like here. I have most items unlocked, but a few are almost impossible for a VIP Zero player. You can see here that's the skins and wings I currently have. So what I'm going to do first is talk through the things you need to do every single day. The first thing to do is a single PvP match for the Matrix ticket. Now, since it's random ship day, I'm going to deliberately die on my 1 versus 1 match. Since the PvP rewards are not very good anymore, this is the quickest way to get the Matrix ticket. There we go, it's a ship I don't normally use that much. So let's deliberately die, get this match out of the way. Random ship is not fun, so I'm not actually going to play it. There we go, that's the way to die really quickly. Now let's get out of here. If I want PvP points, I can play regular PvP when random ship is not on. The random ship matching is always abysmal. You can see there though, the job has been done. I got my Matrix ticket. The second thing you need to do every day are these difficult daily challenges. Let's scroll down. Now, even if you fail all 6, you will get 1 military chest. These military chests are really difficult to get elsewhere though, so I highly recommend at least attempting the challenges each day. These challenges take ages, so I won't play them again in this video. I have done other videos on my channel covering these though in more detail. The final thing you really need to do every day are these boss raid league attempts. Now, the first thing to do here is check the shop. The items I want from this are Hextech pieces and overload orbs. There's some orbs, I'll get those. Now this does cost quite a few crystals just to refresh the shop. The crystal farming strategy in the next part of the video though should get you more than enough crystals to do this, plus all your attempts each and every day. There we go, that was pretty decent on the orbs this time around. Now the bosses that are quite quick to defeat, if you are trying to get this done fast, are Spider Lord, and if I go back, there we go, the boss here. I recommend doing one of those 2 bosses if you are trying to get this done quickly. I will do Spider Lord for this video, just to show you how to defeat it quickly. I'm using Golden Wings with Cyberblade. All right, and here we go. I also have the critical expert item. That's quite important here. The reason I chose those 2 bosses, they are both relatively easy for where they are in boss raid league mode. Plus they give a decent amount of tickets. So those 2 are worth doing in my opinion. Since you have 14 attempts as well, you kind of need to get this done relatively quickly. You just have to be a bit careful of that nasty laser beam with Spider Lord. It's not a hard boss though. I'm about to defeat it. There we go, nice. And that's the boss defeated. So let's talk about some ways to earn some of the basic resources in-game. For crystals, you have several ad spins. For example, the one here. Plus you also have the one over here. The best method, though, is to play mini-boss mode. I recommend playing stage 8. Let's just go across to that. And I'm going to use the power squad for this instead of the squad I currently have equipped. There's the power squad. I'll just put Patrick as lead as he has the damage boost. Right, let's give this a go. Okay, so with the setup I have, it forces a Cyberblade later on. Plus, if I pick up this ship, normally it gives a super time. There we go. Let's see how many crystals I get from this. The Abelusha boss here. This is the best boss for getting crystals. It splits up and gives multiple crystals, like you all saw there. Let's keep going. Defeat Typhus. Now I will get the Cyber Blade, and I should fly through the rest of this really quickly. You can see though how quickly the crystals are building up with this method. Nearly every boss is dropping a crystal, believe it or not. That's really good. There's the final boss. There we go, nice. That was about 5 or 6 crystals from 48 seconds, so that was really good. For gold, the various ad spins in game seem to be the best way to earn it. You have the one up here that earns varying amounts of gold depending on how far you have got with the game. You also have the time reward here based on how long you have played for, which you can double with an advert. You also have the adverts that occasionally pop up at the end of campaign or endless missions as an example. So what you can do is go in quickly, deliberately die, play the advert, then wait another 5 to 10 minutes, then just repeat the process. You have to wait a bit though before the next advert comes on, so don't just go straight back in. However, one should pop up now with a bit of luck. An advert has appeared and it gives gold, so let's go ahead and take that. There we go, and then as I mentioned, I'll wait 5 to 10 minutes, then do another campaign mission, deliberately fail right at the start, and another advert should appear. You can also try Endless for gold. Also, completing campaign missions that you haven't finished yet is another good way to get gold. So there are plenty of methods, but I do think adverts are the best method out of all of them. There's quite a few methods for earning stones that you can try. There's the advert spin here. There's the daily challenges. If you can complete these, then they will give you stones at the end. There's also chests. Let's open a few chests here, see if I get any stones. That gave a 1 stone. That gave a 2 stone, plus a couple of legendary pieces that will be useful for the next part of the video. I have plenty of crystals, so let's get a purple chest as well. That gave a nice selection of items. You do also have World Boss on Fridays that gives chests. Pretty much any campaign mission on Crazy or Hard has a chance to drop a stone. The problem here is, though, it's not as high as it claims. Like Hard is nowhere near 30%. Crazy is definitely nowhere near 60%. You do also have Endless as well. Stage 22 drops a purple chest, plus it can be repeated. So when you get that far, you can just keep on finishing Endless mode over and over for purple chests. Now for drone tickets, these are mostly earned from those weekly quests. You can see here, collect tickets from single player. You should aim to complete this every week if you can. It doesn't take too long. The fastest way to get the quest items is again mini-boss mode. As I've already mentioned, I recommend just playing Stage 8 over and over, and that will get you crystals plus the quest items. For legendary pieces, the best method, as you already saw, is from the chests. You saw that I got quite a few from there. You can actually just purchase the chests if you are farming mini-boss mode. They are not that expensive. 20 for a red chest, 50 for a purple chest. I would recommend going with the red chests if you want legendary pieces. There is also the Mars Daily Challenge. Now, I normally get 4 per day from this. If you are really good at the challenge though, you can get 6, but the final 2 bosses, OP Machine and Flyros King, are really difficult. You really need a Cyber Blade to beat the Mars Daily Challenge. The best method is to try and force a Cyber Blade to spawn early on. The third part of this video is all about upgrading and levelling up, so let's go over to the upgrade page. Now, the two most important ships in the game are Legendary and Cyberblade. You really need to unlock those first. Legendary is very useful for the campaign. Cyberblade is just the most powerful ship in the game, useful for mini-boss mode as well. Now, when looking for ships to promote, you want to do the basic ships first, then do the skins afterwards. What you want to do is the cheapest skins first. You can see here I've done this one, promoted this one here as well. That's another one I can do. That's relatively cheap. The ones here though will be left until later on as they are more expensive. That's for the tech page, the tech cores. You get the same amount for promoting a lower value skin as you do for a higher value one, so it makes sense to do the lower value ones first. Hopefully that made sense. Don't forget about these two merged drones though. You need to promote a couple of the other drones in order to unlock these. I don't recommend doing promotion on the Nova Striker or Frostfire Sentinel until you have done everything else, since they don't seem to give tech cores, unfortunately. But anyway, that may be changed in a future update. Now, for ranking up ships and gaining ship EXP, there are a few good methods. One method is to go back to Boss Raid League mode, and all you have to do here is select the ship you want to rank up. For example, the Spectral Drake, that's quite a difficult one to rank up. And then just do all your attempts here with that ship. Another method is to go onto Endless. You need a specific setup if you are trying to rank up merge ships there though. If I want to rank up Spectral Drake, what I do is I start with Terminator, then I put the carrier uplink item on Terminator, then all I have to do is wait until a phantom ship drops. If you start with Terminator as well, sometimes a Spectral Drake will drop directly, which is always useful. You can also go into campaign. Sometimes playing a lower stage and using a basic ship is pretty useful here. For the campaign, you can select any of the 9 base ships to start with, and you can do something similar on hero mode as well. So as long as you can complete at least a few of these stages, you can select one of the ships, then start with that. The benefit here is it doesn't use up your ships either. It just uses up a bit of your energy instead, so may well be the better option. The talents shouldn't be too difficult to complete. You level up from pretty much playing anything. You can see here, all mine are finished. Plus I am at rank 150, you can see in the corner. Now bear in mind, you do need crystals for the power up talent in the middle. It's well worth completing though, and hopefully something you will get done relatively early on. Now for tech, I recommend getting all the techs that increase damage done first. For example here, there's a ship damage. There's another one here, plus the next one I am working on is critical damage. I think those are the most important ones here, and the ones you should prioritise. Moving on to Hex Tech, this feature is kind of impossible to complete for a completely free player. This is the progress I have made so far. Almost done the first level on Pulse Blast, but not completed, or should I say not even near to completing any of the other ships. Now, you can get Hextech pieces from the Boss Raid League shop, plus the golden chests. The golden chests occasionally appear in events as well. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't focus too much on this feature though. You will probably complete a few ships eventually, but For me, it's not something I'm getting too excited about simply because it's too difficult to complete. And finally, here are a few other features that I think are important. Now, events are one of the better ways to get certain items in the game. For example, pilots. There's not currently an event up, unfortunately. The big event just finished, but I don't normally spend too much time on the big events, but I do try and complete the smaller events when they come up. Now, this Galaxy mission, what I recommend doing here is trying to complete the drone ticket quest. You can see here collecting tickets from single player and the boss quest here as well. You may get some of Endless done if you are trying to rank up ships, but you probably won't get much of PvP done if you are using the strategies I'm talking about in the video. Now, having a decent clan is also really important. Don't forget to check the market twice per day. Most of these items are worth purchasing, so let's go ahead and get all of these. Never ever use the reset option though. It costs far too many crystals. Also, don't forget the skins that are available here. There's absolutely tons, plus there's all of these wings and other items as well. You should be able to get up to 110,000 points using the strategies I'm talking about in the video. Getting all the way to 150,000 though is very difficult unless you spend ages on PvP, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Then finally, there is this Universe X feature. Now, if I'm being honest, I have hardly spent any time on this. This is the feature. Now, you can get some key pieces from this. You can see here, you get items that are used for the event. My advice, though, is not to play this. It's not worth the time. Key pieces can be obtained from purple chests and boss raid league mode. If you have nothing else to do, you may want to give this a go, but there's so much other stuff that you need to do in the game. My advice is simply don't bother with Universe X. And there we go, that's the end of this video. I hope you found that interesting. There is a playlist on my channel with all my Galaxy Attack Alien Shooter videos in. If you are after some more specific tips, then please do check that out. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is always very much appreciated. There's a previous video on the screen. You may find that helpful. Check that out if you want to do so. You can also subscribe from here if you want to. And thanks for watching.